You ready?
I'm ready, whenever you are.
Right. Hello, my name is Joseph Gajewski, and I'm in the sports group. And for today, I wanted to talk to you about martial arts. I wanted to tell you guys about the eras of fighting. In like the 50s and 60s were like the boxing era. The boxing era was popularized by fighters Muhammad Ali, Mike Tyson. Then went to the 80s, 90s, it was more focused on like karate, more the Japanese striking martial arts, popularized by like the movies Karate Kid and a lot of the martial arts movies. Now today, there's a new era, the era of Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu. I want to tell you guys that I'm a purple belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in Gracie Barra, Long Island. And Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, I want to tell you today, is the best martial art because it's the most effective and the ability to adapt to any situation in any fight. Now, what makes a good martial art? I personally think that what makes a good martial art is its practicality and its relevance today. And its relevance today, it means if it's used in like combat, like if it's used in different types of mixed martial arts and the sport. Now, the combat theory, most traditional martial arts like karate, kung fu, they don't have an overall theory which is relevant to actual fighting. It's more or less situational, and when that situation breaks down, most fighters trained in that discipline will just they'll start to worry. And another thing is its ability to adapt to numerous situations, which each martial art has 6 basic techniques. One is the jab, otherwise known as a punch, a front kick, a roundhouse kick, a knee, elbow, and then a takedown. Where a jab is just like a basic punch, the knee is just a knee like this, elbow, front kick, and then the roundhouse kick, there's not enough space, and takedown, I need someone. Now since I told you what makes a good and effective martial art, now I want to tell you what makes Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu the best martial art. Now, another thing that makes Jiu-Jitsu the best martial art is its success in MMA. On UFC.com, you can see the numerous champions that were Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belts. Some famous names were Anderson Silva, GSP, and BJ Penn. Another thing that makes Jiu-Jitsu the best martial art is how effective it is in armed combat, where in the army, it's according to livestrong.com, they train Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu in their training regimen because of its ability for superiority in ground fighting. And the reason why Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is able to adapt to fighting is Kazutsu, which is like the theory behind they try to make their opponent unbalanced, and by making them unbalanced, they will take advantage of them by like tripping them, getting their arm into an arm lock, choking them out. And another thing that makes Jiu-Jitsu the most effective is its ability and use of inside control, which a lot of martial arts don't use that effectively, where when you get inside control, you get it by getting an underhook, which is when you grab under the person's shoulder, or if they grab an underhook, you grab an overhook or a whizzer, which you grab over them and underlap under their shoulder. And with this inside control, they're able to make their opponent unbalanced. Now, the image that I have behind me is the symbol of Gracie Barra Jiu-Jitsu, which is the founding family in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu, and they popularized the sport by showing its dominance in mixed martial arts in the early days in the UFC with Renzo Gracie and Royce Gracie, where they were able to dominate in a no-holds-bar combat where there were no rules before regulations were actually implemented into mixed martial arts. Now this is a picture of Big Nog Nogueira, where he is choking out. This is an armbar where he eventually chokes out this fighter, where he wins this fight, and then the reason why he specifically went to submit this fighter was because in the lead up to the fight, to try to build up the fight, the one fighter said that Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu wasn't relevant. So, in turn, he decided to make an example of him and submit him. And then the picture I have behind me is Damian Maia, which Damian Maia is probably one of the best overall Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu fighters, where he's in the welterweight division, where he is notorious for choking out his opponents, leading to submissions, which are the reason why he has such great success in mixed martial arts is because his such big pedigree in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu coming from Brazil and all those big schools, such as Gracie Barra, São Paulo, and basically all of the Gracie Barra schools originated from Brazil. And then, in conclusion, I wanted to recap why Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu is the best martial art. I feel it's the best martial art because its overall use and training in the armed forces, its ability to adapt to any situation, and its overall success in MMA. Thank you for your time.